You are on me. This video was filmed in October of 2022. The very first edits are from my very first college football game, and then late night at the Phog, which is like KU women and men's basketball promotion event. And I just wanted to share this experience with you. In 2022, that season, the men's basketball team won the national championship, so they unveiled the flags and just all the special things from that event.
Man, these rings too deep for these skinny clothes. I might put me in some picture boat. They look great, this nigga's like getting low. I spent time on the rest on the Lambo and didn't even know how to move the go. On my birthday, I just wanna lift the dough. Got it, but don't play with the gears. Just follow behind in the years. In the road, I feel like a tourist. I'm the one from the bottom, who sold out my part in the promise. I can hear it. Oh, he getting up, push lines and I'm gonna bust. He can't be on that trip, he ain't one of us.
As everyone knows, Kansas has a great basketball.
The game is over, and Kansas completes the biggest trophy. In the open court. I'm thinking this is going Kansas's way.
If he ain't one of us, how you riding the beers in a Tonka truck? How you got everybody lit piping up? Oh, she bad with no swag, I can pipe her up. They might listen to my last, I don't like her up. Count the money up, feel like I'm typing some. I'm the guy to get active and never run. Keep the rules, my nigga. Scared of nothing. Ain't no if you got rats, you can get it done. On a light day, I keep me up.
Puts up the shot. It's off. The game is over. And Kansas
Again, after he called me very much. But it's Christmas, I brought everybody guns. Gloss and covers and infants for everyone. He took the roof off the car, let up for the sun. I broke the see it's about 5,000 months. Got the best watches still. This top shelf, got 40 designer belt. But we up, look like the new BMW. They gon' jump, got clothes in my right and left. And you can't got the car, ain't no key in there. Just put us when they I can get out of there. I can have a hard time finding what to wear. Treat these like a tire, I keep a spell. I'm the stuff because I'm worried. Check the trunk, I'm counting more fake. Scholars, we in a prison. 150 trying, Richard Mello. But the game to his empty. Because I split the flavor to his empty.
So I am editing this footage. This was my first ever party, my first ever college. It was at a place in Lawrence, Kansas. If you know anything about KU, Lawrence is a college town. It was one of those off-in parties. I'm back home right now in Kansas. I also had a very tough day at work. I'm just kind of questioning if healthcare is for me anymore or if I just want to have an office baddie job because yikes. Okay guys, so a lot had happened in October of 2022. Let me just kind of give you guys the backstory on everything. I was back and forth in this period of my life, going from Houston to MCI, my hometown to Dallas, just back and forth everywhere, traveling on my I work big boss energy. But I still kept my PRN job back home and worked it every time I was home to have enough money to go back and forth to Houston. A lot was going on with work. I was PRN, so I was kind of out the mix, out the drama. Then I just get this text one day from my boss. I think I still have it. I'll insert it. But she's basically telling me like, best of luck with everything. I'm sure you heard I've gotten fired. Our DON got fired. Nepotism is one thing. She had both of her daughters working there as well as her mother. Apparently, one of my fellow coworkers called the Lighthouse and employee helpline, basically anonymous tip reporting. She felt that she was treated unfairly by our boss and she had information on our boss, so she spilled apparently the whole beans because she knew the beans. I did not know any of this was going on, and I found out later from the girl who reported it. She told me. Long story short, she was stealing company time for herself, for her mother, and for her 2 daughters. She was cutting them company checks that they didn't work for. Corporate found out about it. They did their investigation and they found that it was accurate. So she got the boot. She had recruited a lot of nurses. I was working. My schedule was 6 to 10 that night. 2 other CNAs that weren't the nicest were supposed to work. One of the nurses who was the DON's friend, she was scheduled to work that night and did not come up, no called, no showed, because she was, quote, standing in solidarity with DON. We also had 2 other CNAs who were friends with this nurse who stood in solidarity. We have 3 CNAs who are working at a time for night shift up until 10 o'clock and 1 nurse. I was one of the CNAs and one of the nurses was also with me that night. I was only supposed to work 6 to 10, right? I was only supposed to have 1 floor, right? Floor as in 1 hall, part of the hall. We divide up this T-shaped hallway into 3 legs. Somebody has front, somebody has back, and somebody has middle. I was assigned front. I was supposed to be getting 2 other CNAs to help me. The 2 other CNAs that were supposed to help me did not show up at all that night. When you take a portion of the hall, you have between 12 to 10 patients. They did not come in. So who had 35 patients all by themselves? Me. My nurse had to med pass, which means I had to get 35 slower moving geriatric patients who are heavier and sometimes need geriatric maneuvering machines such as Hoyers and gait belts and all that stuff. I had to get them all in bed and take care of them, be responsible for 35 people by myself for 4 hours. That was tough. My nurse went into the med room and cried. I didn't have that opportunity. I had call lights going off. Eventually, I had somebody come help me. So that is definitely, in as short as I can make it, why I was questioning if healthcare is for me. When you're short-staffed, you're like, screw it, I don't want to do this. But you know you can't give up because so many people are relying on you to help their grandmother and grandfather and mothers and aunts and uncles. You have to help them people. You are literally the hands and feet of Jesus caring for people. It can be a lot. So I was questioning if healthcare was for me because my nurse is in the freaking hallway crying and Rudy Putin. Girl, if you don't get to work and help me answer some call lights, thank you. She ended up quitting too. It was a mess. I think I'm gonna go get pizza. I might call my friend and see if she wants to go. So I could not get a hold of my friend, so I'm just gonna go get pizza by myself, but just wore this hoodie and then American Eagle jeans that have some rips in them. Yeah, I'm trying to be happy because life's what you make it, right? True joy comes from the Lord, and that's what I'm praying over myself because a good sis needs it, okay? I went and what? The pizza. I was in between getting the veggie pizza or the chicken bacon ranch pizza. I felt like I wanted bacon and chicken tonight, so I went with chicken bacon ranch. I'm gonna turn on a movie and just try to stay positive. So this is a part of and season, I guess you can say, of my life. I was really struggling with contentness and being happy. I had made a major move in life to Houston and I thought that that would just make me happy. Got out there and I moved and realized that there was some things inside of me that I needed to fix and work on, and realize where my source was, comparing my life to my friends and to my peers, and I just wasn't content. I remember being so happy moving to Houston. I thought I finally had made it, if that makes sense. I thought that that was my breakthrough. I ended up having to come back, which is a whole other story. I had prayed to move to Houston. I had reached my goal. I was so lonely there. I didn't have friends there for the longest, and I just felt so isolated. I reached my goal. I thought I had gotten to my blessing, and why am I here at this point in my blessing and unhappy? And I really didn't understand that. And I was still struggling with being alone. I'm not a person who needs a whole bunch of alone time. I like being around people. I am social. It's Saturday night, actually Sunday morning. I have 2 more days here in Kansas, and then I'll be coming back for like another 10. Trying to stay positive. Nothing seems to be making it better. I've thought about journaling, but I feel like it's not worth it because it's just gonna make me sadder. It's not worth it to vent to anybody because nobody's gonna get it. I had said I have 2 more days left in town and then I'm going to head back to Houston. The very last day I went and voted early, and I wish I would have surrendered my license then. I voted, left town. You can see the ride back to the airport and then the flights. went to a Tauren Wells concert in Houston. That really inspired my soul. You guys could see that I was really down in spirit, and that worship concert really did it for me. I remember when Tauren Wells sang at Sadie Robertson's wedding. In her wedding video, I'll have to leave that link. That is how I was first introduced to his music. I didn't even know who that was singing at her wedding, and I was like, she got the real, like, that's not an independent singer singing another singer's song. That's him. And I just thought that was so great. She got him to sing at her wedding.
In the valley, I eyes to the one who sees me. I'm walking through, let me out. No, I am not alone. Why you can't
I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I am really dedicated to documenting and showing you all the process and being real with you guys. I was 18 in these videos and just having real raw feelings, being a person, but just document where I was emotionally in different phases and stages of my life. Y'all are like family to me, like friends that I want y'all to be okay. And if y'all ever need anything, my DMs are open. My page is no longer private on Instagram, so if you need something, let me know.